Welcome back to the deep dive. You know that one desperate, overriding mission for Voyager? Getting home. Always getting home.
Always.
Today, we're diving deep into a really pivotal moment in that journey using the source material cold fire.
It's a great one.
Yeah, and this isn't just a recap, right? It's sort of a shortcut to understanding some genuinely surprising things. Not just about some mysterious entity, but, about the Opampa, even characters we thought we knew.
Absolutely. Lots of layers.
So our mission, like always, is to pull out the most important bits, a potential path home, some pretty profound revelations. Okay, let's unpack this.
We'll do it.
So, okay, try and think back. Those first really agonizing months, 10 months ago, right? Voyager gets yanked across the galaxy, Delta Quadrant, by the Caretaker.
Right, the being who brought them there.
And before he died, he drops this hint. Almost cruel, really. There's another like me. She left ages ago, but she's out there. Somewhere.
And for the true, is that real hope? Or just grasping at straws in this completely unknown part of space?
Exactly. Is it a lead or just an echo?
Well, what's really fascinating, I think, is how that incredibly vague clue turns into something solid, something actionable.
How so?
It happens when the Caretaker's remains, the ones they kept, suddenly start rattling.
Rattling, okay.
Yeah, and the EMH picks up these sporocystian life signs. Torres figures it out pretty fast. The remains aren't alive. They're resonating in response to an external energy source.
Ah, so like a tuning fork picking up a frequency.
Exactly like that. And that resonance, that's the spark. Suddenly, it's not a dead end. It's a breadcrumb, a trail to follow.
And Torres, well, being Torres, she comes up with this incredibly clever, if maybe slightly creepy solution.
Hey, yeah, unconventional for sure.
She suggests putting the remains inside a hexaprismatic field. The idea is, next time they resonate, the field gives them a heading, turns the remains into a compass.
A biological compass, essentially.
It's brilliant, I mean, technically. But using a dead alien like a dowsing rod, does that sit right, given everything?
Yeah.
It feels a bit macabre to me.
It's certainly practical, maybe. But you're right, it has an edge. And Tuvok picks up on that potential danger.
Ah, Tuvok. Always sensible.
Always. He points out, look, the Caretaker wasn't hostile exactly, but they were still completely at his mercy. He doesn't want that again. Understandable.
Makes sense. So what's his plan?
Precaution. He goes into the biochemical analysis of the Caretaker, figures out how to make a sporocystian toxin.
A toxin. Okay, so not exactly a welcome basket.
No, the idea is just to debilitate this new life form. Incapacitate it if needed, just in case things go sideways.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry when you're 70,000 light years from home.
Right. Sensible, if a bit aggressive. And the compass works. Voyager follows the heading, and they arrive at this artificial structure, a space station.
Yeah, and it looks familiar. Only about 1/10 the size of the Caretaker's array, but the configuration, the surface composition, it's strikingly similar.
So everyone's thinking, this is it, the mate, we found her, take it home. You can just feel the hope surging, right?
Oh, absolutely. But then, the first big shock, the twist, it's not the mate.
Not the mate, then what is it?
It's a station, all right. But it's full of life forms. Over 2,000 carbon-based life forms. Ocampa.
Ocampa, but they're supposed to be on their homeworld, underground.
Exactly. And this station, scans show it's at least 300 years old. Case is just stunned. You see it on her face. She never conceived of Ocampa living anywhere but their homeworld.
Wow, that just completely upends everything she knows about her own people.
It really does. And it makes you, the viewer, and probably the crew, wonder what else is completely different out here? What other assumptions are wrong?
And the welcome wagon isn't exactly friendly either, is it?
Not at all. First contact is this Ocampa man, Tanis. He immediately hails them, tells them aggressively to leave, then he fires on Voyager.
Fires on them? And Ocampa, why? They've never even met.
Well, this is where it gets really complicated. Tanis and the others on the station, they level some serious accusations. They call Voyager a ship of death.
A ship of death? What are they talking about?
They accuse Janeway of killing the Caretaker. They say Voyager declared war on the Kazan, that they're raiding planets. Just awful stuff.
But that's completely wrong. Janeway and Chakotay deny it, obviously.
Of course. They state very clearly they only acted in self-defense. The Caretaker died naturally. But think about it. This shows how actions, even necessary ones, can get distorted, echo across light years.
So their reputation, or a warped version of it, precedes them.
Exactly. Every new encounter could be poisoned before it even begins. It really highlights the danger and the isolation. Truth is fragile out there.
Okay, so tensions are sky high. How do they de-escalate?
Key steps up. Being the only Ocampo on Voyager, she's the natural bridge.
Right, her unique position.
Yeah, she manages to arrange a meeting with Tanis. It's her personal connection that opens that door.
Does Tanis trust her?
He seems initially skeptical, but something about Keyes, her sincerity, maybe gets through. He agrees to come aboard Voyager.
For a formal chat.
Not just that. He specifically asks to see where Keyes lives, her space, which leads them to the aeroponics bay.
The place Keyes built herself.
Precisely. And you kind of get the feeling Canis is sizing her up, looking at her environment. It feels a bit calculated.
So what happens when they talk?
Well, this is where Keyes learns some absolutely mind-blowing things about this Ocampo colony.
Yeah.
Their lifespan, for instance.
Oh, how different.
Massively different. Tanis says they can live much, much longer. 14, even 20 years. His own father lived that long.
20 years. But Ocampo normally live, what, 9?
Exactly. It's double, almost triple the lifespan Keyes has always known. It's thanks to technology developed by this entity, Suspiria, 3 generations back.
Suspiria. So that's the other entity, the Caretaker's mate.
That's the name they use. She's a nascent, like the Caretaker. Same species, incredible power. But her whole philosophy, completely different. It's a fascinating contrast. The Caretaker, he basically maintained the status quo on the Ocampo homeworld, kept them dependent, or, as Tanis says, servile and weak.
Right. He provided for them, but didn't let them grow.
But Suspiria, she did the opposite. She actively taught these Ocampo, helped them develop dormant psychokinetic skills, pushed them towards power, not dependence.
Psychokinetic skills, like telekinesis.
And more. Tanis actually demonstrates it right there in the aeroponics bay. He makes plants just burst into bloom, seedlings shoot up into full vegetables in seconds.
Wow. That must have been incredible for Keyes to see what her people could be capable of.
Absolutely awe-inspiring. And you can see the appeal, the temptation it holds for her.
And Tanis uses that, doesn't he?
Oh, completely. It quickly turns into this direct offer.
Yeah.
He tells Keyes she should stay with him. That Voyager is actually holding her back.
Holding her back. That sounds manipulative.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's not just inviting her, he's framing her current life, her friends, as an obstacle. So you have to ask, is he genuinely trying to help her reach her potential? Or is this about recruitment for Suspiria? Pulling her into their orbit using her own desires.
And it doesn't stop there. He starts giving her lessons, right? In the mess hall. This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, he takes her aside, teaches her this mental exercise with a teacup. He tells her, visualize your hand, reach out with your mind.
Okay, standard telekinesis stuff.
But then he says, don't try to move it, just take a drink. And poof, the cup slides right to her.
How?
His explanation is key. Focus on the goal, not the task. It's about intention, pure will, not the mechanics of moving something. A really abstract, powerful idea.
That's profound, actually. And then he pushes it further.
Oh, yeah. Next level. He challenges her to heat the tea in the cup with her mind.
Heat the tea.
He tells her, see beyond the liquid, beyond the cup, see the molecules, the atoms. Then use the fire of your mind, he calls it, to make them vibrate faster, make the tea boil.
Talk about intense visualization. That sounds dangerous.
Extremely dangerous, as it turns out,
Yeah.
because Keyes tries it later. Not on tea, but on Tuvok.
On Tuvok, what happens?
She loses control. Completely.
Yeah.
His blood temperature rockets up 37 degrees in seconds. His skin starts to boil. She nearly kills him.
Oh my God. That's horrific.
It is. A really alarming moment. Shows how quickly this power can turn destructive without control. A terrible experience for Tuvok, obviously.
How does Tuvok even react to that after he recovers? I'd be furious.
Well, Tuvok is Tuvok. Logical, contained, and remarkably forgiving, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he advises her to see it as a learning experience. Points out, crucially, she didn't kill him. And then he commits to continuing her training. He says, if this proves anything, it's that you need further instruction.
Wow. So instead of shutting it down, he sees it as a reason to double down on responsible training.
Precisely. He sees the potential, but also the clear need for guidance and control, not abandonment.
But Tanis, he doesn't seem interested in control, does he? His lessons get darker.
They really do. Back in the aeroponics bay, he pushes her further, encourages her to feel all the life in the room,
Okay, connecting with nature.
and then tells her to bring the fire.
Oh no.
The plants wither and die instantly. And the really unsettling part, Kansi says it felt amazing. There's this pleasure in the destruction.
That is genuinely chilling.
And it gets worse. Tanis then lays out his philosophy. Help people, hurt them, give life.